Hola, ¿cómo están? Estamos en la composición 5. Muy bien, buen trabajo a todos. Esta composición está muy bien en general. Perfecto. Let's talk about some of the little things I noticed that you have in common. First, let's see over here. Remember that papa is a potato? So if you don't put the acento, you're actually saying potato. And in capital letter, sounds worst. See, so it should be hola papá. And then many of you didn't put the question mark at the beginning of the questions. And I marked it there, and when it's repeated, I did discount a little bit of points, just because you have it when you write it in VHL, you have down there the special characters that you can use. So there's no excuse for not putting it. You understand? Muy bien. So let's go back. I put in all these slides a little comment over here that you might want to review it. So the most important, not the most important, but the most difficult things, I just made a little sentence over there so you can go back and read it rather than listen to me. The first sentence, it says, el clima en este momento es mucho calor. The problem here is that el clima is not mucho calor. See? Is that you have to take away the word clima. We do not use the word clima. The subject is assumed. In English you say it's hot, but you don't say the weather it's. Okay, so just forget about the weather. Just say it is hot. And here it is not es, but it's hace. Okay, hace mucho calor. Hace mucho calor. I didn't make a comment on this because I don't understand what this person wanted to say. But caliente is an adjective that we use for water or liquids. All right, not for persons or weather. Okay. And then estoy muy feliz pero triste de que estás aquí. I think this was a mistake because I'm happy, but I'm sad that you're here. So probably it's that you are not here. Hopefully, de que no estás aquí. The rest is very good. It's just está is probably this was a mistake. And huir, I don't think it's a verb that we use in this level. But in general, it's a very good composition. In this one, this is a very common mistake, and you're going to see that a lot of you have this, that you know that it has to be two verbs, but remember that the second verb after está has to be an yendo, okay? So the present progressive is always compounded by one of the conjugated verb estar, como por ejemplo estoy, and then you have to put one gerund which is going to end in ando o yendo. ¿Sí? Como por ejemplo estoy cantando. Okay, so that's the verbo cantar. So those are two examples, but no está hacer doesn't mean anything. Another problem with acentos. And then here, tengo que ir. I think you wanted to say me tengo que ir, which is I have to go. And I have no idea what quieran cantarme means. Here we're going to talk a little bit about the direct object pronoun. All right? And the direct object pronoun is confused very frequently with the subject. So you think that you can replace the pronoun by putting the direct object pronoun, but when it's the subject, you need to replace the subject pronoun with the subject pronoun, okay? Like when you put over here, lo hace la cama, who? So if the question is who makes the bed, ¿quién hace la cama? The answer is going to be a person. So you're going to substitute for él, ella, usted, okay? Someone, a person, of the subject or a pronoun of the subject, not the object, okay? And in these two cases, I wrote it over here, las maletas and tablas de windsurf are the direct object. But when you're using the direct object pronoun, you cannot put the direct object. You have to replace it. So, a ella hace la cama, Olivia las hace, understanding that you somewhere put las maletas, okay? Otherwise, you cannot put las if we don't know what that las means, okay? And then el botón las puede conseguir. We are assuming that las puede conseguir is for tablas de windsurf, but they cannot be there if you put las. So just take away las and you have el botones puede conseguir las tablas de windsurf, all right? But that las tablas de windsurf, that las is going to be an article and not the direct object pronoun. And this one is just, I put this over here and I'm going to write it down. I didn't do it. But something very important. Nunca, jamás, nunca, nunca. Una preposición. Las prepositions that you know are, por ejemplo, a, para, por, en, de, con. See, those are, for example, some of the prepositions that you know. So, never preposición más con más verbo conjugado. It means that after preposition, you do not conjugate a verb. All right? So, para comprar, that's a non-conjugative verb that you need over here. You cannot put para compra, because if you put compra, someone is doing that, and you cannot make a sentence after a preposition. A preposition indicates an extra part of the sentence, all right? So an extra part of the sentence, a complement, does not take a subject and a conjugative verb. Okay, lots of problems with acento over here. I mark over here because I don't understand what you wanted to say. Lo estoy haciendo bien. What is what you are doing great? You are making something great? It's not clear. What else I wanted to say over here? Just the E and E. This is not a mistake that I discounted points on. You don't really have to know it or not. It's a minimum mistake. But just for cacophonia problem, we cannot say E. Okay, we cannot say E. So we replace the E for E. Jackie e Ivana, and it sounds much better than Jackie e Ivana. Jackie e Ivana. Okay. Here we have verbo gustar. I'm not going to say anything. Here, this is something that you need to notice, that hopefully you notice on the final exam, because it's a very common mistake there, that if you start something addressing someone with the formal usted, you cannot finish with the informal too. You cannot switch how to address a person. If you start with formally, you need to finish formally. Or if you start with tu, informal, then you keep going and you address that person always with tu. Okay? And then está sirviendo. Some of the yendo, ando gerunds have irregularities. The one that end in ear, see, the ones that end in ear are going to change the E for E, sirviendo. Okay, so remember and review that. Here, mi papá is missing está leyendo. It says mi papá leyendo. Should be mi papá está leyendo. Okay? Let's see. And this one, I like that you use the direct object. I really loved it. The problem is this is another example that it is confused with the subject, all right? Because lo está cerca de la playa. That lo should be el hotel. Está cerca de la playa, ¿sí? Y el hotel está cómodo y ordenado. So, as subject, we cannot replace it with lo. The subject is replaced with el or with nothing. You don't put anything, but you do not put lo, okay? That's a direct object pronoun, not a subject pronoun. This case, many of the things is just because there are words that I didn't teach. There's past tenses over here and things that are not 101. But I wanted to mark over here this thing that I noticed in many of the compositions, especially in the native speakers, that you in English say usually Grandma Carmen is talking to Uncle Martin. In Spanish, you cannot do that. You have to say my Grandma Carmen is talking to my Tío Martin, my Uncle Martin, okay? We cannot leave the... You can replace this me for el Tío Martin if you want, or su tío, or whatever, something, but you have to determine the word tío, and it's not going to go in capital letter ever, okay? So that's why I put it over here. It's not a big mistake, and I'm not going to discount points for that. I just wanted you to know. This one was the best, the most improved composition, and it was very good. I loved it because it contains everything I asked for. It has a few things that I said it in another video, is tu día especial. So it doesn't take acento. The acento is when you say you, tú, okay? But this is not you, tú. This is your special day, okay? So that doesn't take acento. The same old thing. It's your hotel. It's not you hotel. It's your hotel. So it doesn't take acento. And here it's going to be una caminata. That's just a word problem, okay? It's not una camina, but it was una caminata de 10 minutos. Don't ever try to translate what you think in Spanish and think in English and try to translate it into Spanish. That's a bad idea. Just use the words that you learn, and you're improving in that matter. You're improving a lot. All right? Okay, I made it in 13 minutes. I wanted to do it less than 15. So, yeah. All right. See you in the next composition. Adios.